Hi there, everyone. Thank you for joining in. Hi, Cynthia. Sorry, I'm gonna start again from the beginning. Hi, how you doing? Thanks for joining. I'm sorry. I know that you guys probably been waiting since 8 o'clock. But I'm just trying to get things in order to make this happen. I'd already started a bit earlier, but then I'm gonna just start again for the benefit of everyone. Glad you're here. At least I was running alone, so I thought that maybe the connection had cut off, so I cut myself up. I'm just going to start again. So anyway, we're talking about how to make money in 3 ways, and we're talking about freelance writing and social media managing and coaching. That's online coaching. Okay. And so online nowadays, people want to make money anyway, and the economy is really, really bad. So we need to find a way to supplement our income one way or the other. And what better way to do that than on the internet, because we spend most of our time on the internet anyway, socializing with people and having a good time. And so if we spend some time learning and educating ourselves on how to actually utilize the internet to earn a living, then I think it will really benefit a lot of us these days. Things are quite hard in the economy these days, and so many people are stuck in a rut. They're not exactly sure what to do, how to earn a living, or how to supplement their income. So that's why I'm bringing this to you, to let you know that yes, you can actually make money on the internet from home, having a good time, and living a great life with your family. Excuse me. So we're going to start with freelance writing, right? A freelance writer is somebody, if you want to become a freelance writer, there's so much you need to learn, right? First of all, you need to know that a freelance writer is somebody who writes on a self-employed basis. Somebody who doesn't have any real commitment to a particular job or a particular client, okay, but who loves to write as well, because if you don't love to write, it'd be kind of hard to be a freelance writer, because writing is basically your job. So freelance writing, all right, you can do freelance writing as a full-time job, or you can do it as a part-time job just to supplement your income. It depends on you. Or you can start doing freelance writing as a part-time job, and then eventually quit your job and then work full-time as a writer, because that is also very possible as well. Don't go running and quitting your job right now until you're sure you can have great paying clients and you know where to get your job so that you can feed yourself and your family. All right. You have to bear in mind that writing for the internet is quite different from writing for the web. Sorry, that's silly. Writing for the internet is quite different from writing, offline, or for offline clients like newspapers, or for your school paper, or for, an offline magazine. There are different things you need to learn, like SEO, which is search engine optimization, and keyword research, and basically how to write friendly content for the web. People online are, they have some like ADD. They have like attention deficit disorder. They don't really spend time doing a lot of reading. And that's because there's so much online, there's so much information out there, and so everybody wants to soak in everything, so they're in a hurry to read stuff. So if you want to write content for the web or for clients, you have to make sure that your content should be precise, clean, friendly writing, and obviously simple language, simple English, so that people can understand. Because when you're writing for the web, you are basically writing, we as freelance writers say, you write as if you're writing for a 4-year-old, because you're writing for people, some of them who do not have the patience to start wondering what big grammar you're using to communicate with them. So they just prefer you use simple English so that you can just get the point across as easy as possible. All right. So as a newbie freelance writer, you have to realize that you're going to need to spend a lot of time doing a lot of research and writing. So time is the currency that you spend, really. You don't spend real money, but you spend real time doing this kind of work. That's because writing takes time, and good writing takes time, except you're a professional, except that you've been writing for a while. Writing does take time, so you need to give yourself that kind of time so that you can start writing for yourself or for clients. Because if you're going to do a client's job, you want to be able to do a job that is good and quality work. So it's not just about writing an article, it's also about putting out quality content out there for the client, so that he can refer you to other people, or so that he can order some more content from you. Okay, so just make sure that you give yourself enough time to do your for this career, because it's a time consuming career, except except when you actually do get good paying clients, and so you don't need so much work, but you could just do a few jobs and you're okay with the pay that comes in. So until then, you just know that you need to keep a bit of time for yourself to do a lot of writing. Yes, of course, you need to also realize that working online in general is a mindset thing. A lot of people feel like they want to start working online, but they don't know what it takes. They don't know that it's actually a real job, and you actually do have to clock in and clock out. Like you need to spend time in your job or on your job. You need to actually work for it to be productive. You can't expect to wish for it to happen. It's not going to happen that way. If you're going to build a business, no matter what kind of business you're going to build, especially if it's online, you have to put in time and work. Okay, so here are steps to become a freelance writer. To become a freelance writer, you have to be a good writer. That's the first step, and that step really is basically educating yourself. Most people feel like as if they can write. Most people feel like, oh, okay, I already wrote my exams, and that means I can write English. But that's not always the case. You find out that once you start writing as a job, you find out that it becomes work. So you have to impress somebody. You have to you're going to get paid for it, so you have to impress somebody. It has to be good quality work. And writing, people get writer's block. People who are not used to writing find it hard to kind of compose content, to write even the introduction of an article. So you need to do a bit of practice to make sure that you can actually do this job, that you can actually write for a living or write for clients, because taking instructions is also another thing. If you cannot take instructions from the client properly and then do the content based on what the instructions have said, then you're not going to be satisfying your client, and you'll be losing clients along the line, and obviously losing time and money. So you want to make sure that you're a good writer first before you embark on this career. Okay, so definitely, if you need to go to school or do like a short, like a few weeks course just to brush up your writing skills, or if you would like to do some practice, write for yourself, open a blog and start blogging regularly so that you're comfortable with writing, then do that, because it's good for you. It's good to keep you fluid with your words, and it helps with it helps with content creation in general, if you're practicing, so that it's easier for you to get when you get content from clients, to be able to deliver good work. Practice makes perfect, like they say anyways. So you have to be a good writer for you to be a freelance writer, or else people aren't going to hire you, and if they hire you, they're going to fire you. Another thing you need to, which is very, very important, as a step to becoming a freelancer, is creating a portfolio, and that's where practice comes in as well. So while you're practicing, you could take the time to create a portfolio. I would say it's good to have a portfolio of about 5 to 10 articles, in different genres, really. You want to be able to show your versatility, in content creation. Like, don't write on, except you want to just write in one kind of niche. Don't just let your portfolio not just have content based around a particular niche. You want to spread out a bit. So write content, different types of content. You can write press release types. You can write article, reviews, product reviews. You can write product descriptions, homepage content, about us page content, different kinds of content, so that employers will look at your work and see already firsthand what you're capable of doing. All right, so definitely create a portfolio before you go looking for jobs, because it's gonna sell you. That's the only thing that's gonna actually sell you. Sell your content out there. Obviously, don't allow your freelance job to be, a boring career. Obviously, you have to also have this push it through mindset. This, I got to do it. It's work, because it is work. Okay, so you're gonna be getting, for instance, if you get a client who is going to give you a job on a topic you do not like, you might not be able to reject the job, so you definitely have to do the job. Hello Cynthia, welcome, thanks for joining again. You have to do the job, so make sure that you have this push it through attitude, like I said. So just do the job, do good work, no matter how boring the content may be while you're writing it. Just make sure that you actually give it your best, because your client really is the one who's paying you, so you have to satisfy him. Then if you feel that you do not want to write that content because you're not comfortable with it, or it's a content it's a topic you don't feel like writing, then you can always decline the task from the client. You don't have to take on every job. That is why you're a freelance writer at the end of the day. You can pick and choose, but just make sure that you're ready to work, because it's a career and it's a business, so you cannot necessarily just quit when things get boring. So you have to realize that when you start a business like this, or when you start working online, it's something you want to stick with for a while, minimum of 6 months to a year, before you start thinking of, oh, I'm bored, or I'm gonna quit, or it's not doing anything for me. So definitely take that into notice. Okay, so one other step you have to take into consideration is the fact that you have to set a regular schedule. Definitely this is important, because if you do not have a schedule, you would find that you're either working too much, you're overworking yourself, you're working around the clock just because it's your business and you want to make it a success. You find out that you're doing a lot of work and you don't have time for yourself. Another reason why you want to have a schedule is so that you can actually do the work. Because if you do not have time set out for yourself to work, then you find out that you're working here and there, and then you're not necessarily putting in the right amount of time you need for the job. You want to be disciplined enough to know that you want to put time, you have to put a certain amount of time into the job before it would generate any proper income for you. So definitely look into creating a schedule for yourself. If it's that you're writing on a content mill, which I'm going to explain later, then that can happen. You can get a job anytime you feel like, but then you need to actually be able to sit down to do the job. So make sure you create a schedule where you can go and get jobs, or when you can actually do the writing of the jobs. It's always good not to deliver your work late, so make sure you take that into consideration. You also have to be disciplined. When I mean by discipline, I mean don't take on too many jobs that you can't handle. Of course, sometimes it might feel like that there's a lot of jobs out there. You might feel like there's a lot of jobs, like you want to take everything so that you don't lose the money, or so that you don't miss the client. Take it easy. The most important thing is that you actually deliver good work, and that you actually do the job and actually deliver the job to the client. So if it means taking one job at a time, take one job at a time. When you get better at when you have more time, and when you get better at writing, then you can take on more jobs, and also take on jobs that give you ample time to do the work, especially as a newbie. Because if you're gonna take a job and the client says, write a 1,000 word article for me and I want it in 5 hours, if you're a new writer, that would pose a challenge, because you've probably not written for a client on a tight schedule like that. So if you're not comfortable with that, then you might end up delivering your work late, or you might end up losing the client, or something. So just make sure that you take on just one job at a time until you have enough time, or enough skills to be able to do more than one job in a day. I guess one job in a day at the beginning is kind of like the way to go as a freelance writing newbie, because you want to be able to do the work and actually deliver good work to your client. So make sure that you take that into consideration as well. So you have to also determine what type of writer you want to be. It's just obviously a step you need to take into consideration, because you either want to be a writer that's how do you want to search for your clients? Do you want to get clients in content mills like iWriter, Hire Writers, where you go and then there are already jobs there, so you just go and pick on whatever job you see that you feel that you can write, and then just start writing? Of course, that's a very, very easy way to make money these days, writing articles, and there's so many sites out there that do this. But these kind of sites don't pay very well. They pay from say about $2 for 500 words to say about, depending on the sites, you can get say maybe about $35 for 500 words, which isn't so bad. But not many content mills pay that much for 500 words. So you need to find those good ones, and then you could do those cheaper ones as well as a new writer, because I guess at the end of the day, it's about gaining experience. No matter what you're doing online, you can't just start from point A and go to point G or point H. You have to make sure that you start from point A and then go to point B and then C and D. So you must, give yourself time to go through the learning curve. Because if you do not learn stuff, if you do not allow yourself to make mistakes and then learn from them, then you're just gonna wear yourself out down the line, and you just give up before you're even succeeding in what you're doing. So just take things easy, and take jobs that that you can write on topics that will not give you so much of a challenge. Apart from the content mill type of sites, then you can also have your website where you sell your writing skills from, your writing skills from. And that will take some time, but it's kind of like one of the best ways, because you can set your own rates. You can you can maybe even employ writers to write for you as well. You don't necessarily have to write this content yourself, but obviously you must know good content before you can employ somebody to write for you. So that's also important as well. Also, you can write for magazines. You could do guest blogging. So many ways to write now on the internet and earn a living, that you just need to go and research how to make money as a freelance writer, or how to become a freelance writer, and definitely you're going to see a lot of content out there. But then another thing is that there might be so much content out there that you don't know where to start. So just make sure you start small and start with baby steps, because you don't want to wear yourself out, and you want to take it easy so that you're getting the hang of things, so that you don't make mistakes, or a lot of mistakes. Obviously we're going to make mistakes, but we just don't want to make too many mistakes. Okay, so in a nutshell, freelance writing is definitely a possibility. I didn't start working online as a freelance writer, but then I did freelance writing for a while. I did a lot of freelance stuff for a while, and I still have people who work. I have an outsourcing company, so to show you how lucrative writing is, I had to even open a business based around that, because there's always going to be need for content out there. People are opening websites every day. Creating websites every day. Companies are going online every day, and they need content for their websites. So definitely there's a market. If you don't, people think, oh, there's so many writers out there already. Yes, there's so many writers. There's still room for more. You can't feel like there are too many writers out there. If there were too many writers out there, people will be writing new books every day, or new writers will be coming up every day. So why can't you be one of those writers? It's not rocket science. You can do it. So, just roll your sleeves or put your hair up and make sure you do that, because it's most important thing is actually take the step. When obviously not everybody wants to work online. And also working online is not for everyone. But do realize that working online can give you so much opportunity, and the sky is the limit, really, because you're working with the World Wide Web, really, and there's no limit. So why would you want to restrict yourself to a local business or to a local job when you know that you can reach the world with whatever it is you have to sell, whether it's content or whatever? Another way to do freelance writing, or is also to write for yourself. You could write for yourself. That's like opening a blog and then just keep writing and just enjoy the fun of writing, and then monetize your blog so that you can earn from your effort. Just make sure that just bear in mind that it is possible. You can do it, just like the last person who did it and who is doing it right now. It also means that you can do it as well. So if you think that writing is something that you're interested in, you could hit me up on my email at anitahsolomon@gmail.com and ask me any question you want, and I'll tell you about websites you can go to and how you can start your own freelance writing career, really. So we're going to talk about resources that you need as a freelance writer. Okay, so as a freelance writer, you need to be able to put good content out there. You need to put good content. When I mean good content, quality content that has no errors, no spelling mistakes, no grammatical errors, no punctuation errors, all this kind of stuff. Of course, I know that this is the jet age, social media days and stuff, where you don't necessarily have to worry so much about your I's and your commas and your full stops, but with all the shortenings now. But when you're writing for clients, that all those shortenings don't matter. You just need to make sure you're putting good content out there. Okay, so a resource that you would definitely need, or that would really help you, is called Grammarly. Grammarly. Grammarly, if you search on Google, you definitely come up with it. You can have a free version, so you can start with the free version. Grammarly is an app that helps you write good content. So if you write content and you have Grammarly installed on your browser or on your Word, your Microsoft Word, then it will help you with your phrases, with your spelling. It will help you make, change mistakes, suggest corrections for you, so that you're writing good content. So I mean, you might think that your content is very great, and of course Grammarly, it's an app made by man, so it's not perfect as well, but it will definitely help you write better content if you have something like that that's checking your readability score, or that's checking your readability to make sure that the content that you're putting out there is actually good content, readable content that would actually interest people. You don't want to write boring content with a lot of errors in it. Nobody's going to want to read it, and besides, your clients are going to fire you or reject your jobs if you don't write good content. Another thing you want to look at is a plagiarism checker. Basically, plagiarism checker is a tool online that is used to check for duplicate content. Duplicate content meaning, if more than one person has your content. So if you're writing content from different sources, you want to make sure that you are your content isn't copied, really. So, and then these plagiarism checkers expect that clients will expect that the content that you deliver to them is 100% unique. That is, you can't even find a phrase that is being copied. Of course, there are going to be certain phrases that are common that the app that the app or the tool knows about, but you want to you have to definitely check to make sure that your articles are unique, so that your clients are happy, or because they always want unique content. And a plagiarism checker to look at would be copyscape.com. Copyscape, or you can check online. Just search for free plagiarism checkers, online free plagiarism checkers or something like that, and then you will definitely come up with a lot of free ones that you can start with if you don't want to pay for the paid version of the Copyscape. Yeah. Another thing you'd need as a writer is a thesaurus dictionary. Yeah, I hope I said that right. Okay. You need this kind of dictionary because it helps you with synonyms. While you're writing, especially when you're rephrasing from another person's content, you might see a word that you would really, really want to use because of what it means. So the thesaurus dictionary would just help you with a similar word, something that's a word that will definitely replace that can replace the word you want to use or the word that you want to change. So, and it also helps you with writing, and I guess it also helps with definitions and stuff. So a plagiarism checker is definitely something you want to look into. Sorry, thesaurus dictionary. Yeah. Then there's another thing called the readability checker. Yeah, that also, Grammarly does that as well, but then you can also check online for other free tools. Grammarly is not a free tool, but they have a free version, obviously. So readability checker, make sure you check on that to help your readability score, so that your article is actually readable and free of errors as much as you can. When you've written for a while, or when you've been writing for a while, then it becomes easier to write content for the web. So you don't necessarily you might not need those things later on, but it's always good to have them, so that you could just be sure that you gave it all, you gave it your all, so that your clients will be happy. At the end of the day, you want to have this tool so that you can deliver great content to your clients, and so that they can order from you again, and so that they can refer you to friends and family. Definitely referrals, word of mouth is very, very cool. So you definitely have to do good content for that to happen. So we're almost to the end of freelance writing as a career. Another thing, now this is the most important part. I'm sure everybody would love to check this out. Well, would love to hear this. So places to get freelance writing jobs. All right. There's like 1 million places to get freelance writing jobs. Like 1 million. The bottom line is that you just search. It depends on what type of job you want. So just, make sure that you can make sure to search. Going to mention a few of them to you. There's iWriter, which is letter I and WRITER.com. So iWriter.com. iWriter is a great site that you can get work from. it's a content mill. It's a free site that you can join. Anybody, anywhere in the world, you can join iWriter.com. It's just, you could, what happens with iWriter is there's like over 1,000 jobs and more, sometimes less, sometimes more, on the site. Different types of jobs, different categories, different types of clients, some good, some bad, some great, some not so great. They are out there, and the content is put in a marketplace, and then you register for this site. I think they have a test now, a small multiple choice questions, just a very easy test that you just write so that you can qualify to write for the site. And then when you register and you qualify, then you sorry about that. When you register and you go to the job market, the job place or the marketplace, and then you see a ton of jobs out there. There are 3 different levels on iWriter. There's the standard level, there's 4 levels, I think. The standard level, the premium level, elite level, and elite plus level. Okay, so at the standard level, you're going to have to write a lot of content. So you have write about 30 pages of content. You have to write 30 pages of content for 30 different clients, and you must get good ratings for you to be able to qualify to be a premium writer. And then you write another few pages of content before you can qualify to be a elite writer, and so on and so forth. And the pay is not too bad, but it's not too great, depending on the level that you're writing on. If you're on the standard level, you earn on average about $2 for 500 words. Not so bad. I used to do that before, but not anymore. But yeah, that's possible. In this economy, I'm sure $2 will not be so bad for so many people, especially if you're thinking about the numbers or the volume. But then you can easily graduate from a standard writer to a premium level writer who earns $4 for 500 words. And then an elite writer on iWriter earns $8, I think. And, about $14 as an elite plus writer. So it gets better. And sometimes clients just give you tips or whatever. But then iWriter is a good place to start as a newbie freelance writer, because it will help you to hone in your skills. It will help you to learn, practice, make mistakes. What kind of clients out there and what kind of clients you shouldn't write for ever again in your life. So, iWriter is a cool place to start. But then if you're not interested in iWriter, there's so many ones out there. There's Flex Jobs. It's like a content board. It's like a job board kind of style. There's Craigslist. Craigslist is for a lot of stuff. It's used for a lot of things. People just go and drop jobs there as well. So it might not be so safe, because sometimes you might end up finding yourself working for people and then not getting paid. But it might not be so safe, but it is doable. You could definitely find good work there and good paying clients. Not everybody's a bad person. Some honest people out there. Another site to look at is Upwork. That's UPWORK. Upwork. On Upwork, you bid for jobs. On this site, Upwork is a combination of Odesk, I think, Odesk and Elance. They used to be like, freelance websites. They came together and made one website. So, definitely clients from there join together, and workers from both sides join together as well. So definitely you need to look into Upwork, because you can get other types of jobs on there as well. It doesn't necessarily have to be just freelance writing. You can get data entry jobs. You can get any kind of job. You can be like a virtual assistant. You can be a coach. You could be, I don't think you can be a coach, but you could be a social media manager, even working on Upwork as well. So, just look at Upwork as a place to just go and look for jobs, okay? But writing jobs, for sure, you could definitely get jobs. But the system with Upwork is different from iWriter. It's a bidding system. So, you have to bid on jobs. What happens is people come and then, they put in what kind of content they want, like a job description. And then if you're interested in writing, then you now have to apply by bidding on the job and saying what you're going to do, how you're going to write it, and write the content, and why they should hire you. So, it's kind of harder to get jobs this way, but when you get jobs this way, you get better paying jobs. You can find yourself getting jobs that pay $50 for 500 words or 1,000 words, or $100 for 1,000 words, depending on the client and depending on your skill level. Obviously, remember that you have to start from somewhere, and build up. So don't go expecting that you're gonna get a $50 job now as a newbie, or a $100 1,000 word job now as a newbie. Just make sure you practice before you start thinking that. Well, of course, don't forget, you still need to dream big to be able to be successful. You need to be able to dream big and aim for the stars, and actually work towards aiming for, reaching those stars. So another place to go and check for jobs will be ProBlogger. I think it's ProBlogger.com. ProBlogger has a job board where people come and put up jobs on the board. Different types of companies around the world just come there and drop jobs for writers and for bloggers as well. So you could go in there and then check the job board, and you can find great work from this job, this job board that pay really well. So the best way to approach this kind of site will be definitely to have your portfolio ready, and maybe a CV as well, because some of those companies will ask you to submit a CV. But with a site like ProBlogger, you can make like a lot of money writing articles, because you can get real clients, people who actually value you as a writer and who will want to pay good money. Sometimes they even tell you how much they're going to pay up front. So you can even get a contract, like a contract where you're working for a company on a monthly basis as well. And obviously you don't want to do that because it's online work, so you don't want to do that. You want to, regardless of if you're working on a contract basis, you want to be able to be paid regularly, so that you're seeing your money like every week or so that it's not you're not dashing them your money. Okay, another place to get writing jobs would be the forums. There are writing forums out there that you can get jobs from, or other internet marketing forums, to find internet marketers who want content for their sites. So definitely, look into that. Forum marketing is definitely a good way to get work, any type of work really, or to promote yourself. Then we talked about getting your own website. That's a long process, but definitely it's great, doable, and it's sustainable, because that this is your business. Having your own website is like, this is my business. I want to be a freelance writer, and I want to put my portfolio up, and then do everything I'm doing, and then everybody can find me on this location, on this platform. So you have your own platform, and so having other platforms like the forums or the social media accounts will just be used to promote your website, so that your website can get more views, a more targeted audience and traffic, and then more sales. So definitely look into getting your website, because when you get your website, hi Cynthia, how are you doing? If you're just joining us, my name is Anita, and we are still talking about freelance writing as a career, being a freelance writer as one of the ways to make money online. So we're just about rounding up this topic. I was talking about your website. Yes, of course, you can pay for content on your blog. Yes, you can. That can be done on iWriter, or maybe on any of these sites as well. You can also, some other places you can. When I said forums, even a forum like Naira Land, you can find jobs, and then you can also find writers as well. So if you want to order content in content mills, from content mills, or from these sites I am mentioning, then you can also order content from these sites as well. So you could definitely look into iWriter, because the beauty about iWriter is when you order content from iWriter, you have a vast majority of writers who can pick your job. And once they pick your job, they're given a certain amount of time to submit. So you have 500 words, about 3 hours to write your 500-word article. So you find out that you're able to get return of your work very quickly. And so if you're going to order your jobs from a site like iWriter, you find out that they deliver your work. You can read the content. If it's not something that you like, or if it's not something that meets your expectation, then you can reject the job, and it goes back into the market for another writer to pick it up. That's why it's good to give to order jobs on a site like iWriter, because it allows you the opportunity to reject jobs that are not up to standard, so that you can actually get proper, the article written properly by somebody who actually knows what they're doing. And then also when you do get this writer, or this good writer who has written this great job for you, and you want to keep that writer, just establish a relationship with them by sending messages. iWriter has a messaging system, so you can establish relationship with them, so that whenever you have content, you can always send it directly to them. So that's something. So like Cynthia, you asked about, can you order jobs? Yes, you can order jobs, and that's definitely another way to do freelance writing as a career. What happens is, outsourcing, generally outsourcing anything really works great. you know, when you're delegating stuff, it just makes things easier so that you're not doing everything yourself. So outsourcing is a great way. Outsourcing obviously is a big old market on its own, but then outsourcing your content writing or your content creation task, you know, is a great way to, you know, make money as well, and as well as, you know, give other people your work to do if you do not feel like writing for your website as well, because you might not want to write for your website. So obviously that's why freelance writers are out there, so that they can write for you. All right. So, you know, sometimes, so on the side, like, so let me just give you a little tip. Yeah, let's, for instance, if you want to go into freelance writing, or let's say if you have how to put it, if you want to make money in this niche, right? You can work on trying to get writers together, you know, get a group of writers together who work for you, maybe 1 or 2, 3 or 4 people. Start small, you know, it's always good to start small so that you can manage before you can grow. You learn the ropes before you grow. So what happens is, you know, but then first of all, you must know how to get the jobs. But then if you know where to get good jobs from, but you don't feel like doing the writing, then you can order those articles to be written by someone else. Sometimes the people who are ordering from you on sites like iWriter or even on Upwork or other places are people who have gone and gotten jobs through their website, and then they are now outsourcing those jobs to other people. So at a cheaper rate, obviously. So if I get a job, if I on my website get a job for $50 for 500 words, and then I go to iWriter and then I pay $2 for 500 words, and the content comes out great, of course I made $48. You know, I only had to pay $2 for the job. Obviously it's $3 when you're paying, so $3 is the average. So yeah, you know, think about it. If it's something that you are looking into, you want to do freelance writing, then you don't have to write the content yourself. You can pay writers to do that. But first of all, then you need to get the jobs. So, you know, there's no point paying writers when you don't have any work, right? Yeah, that's be silly. So just, you know, make sure that you know where to get jobs from before you can think about outsourcing, you know. So that's a very great way to do it. Obviously that's part of one of the things I do as well, so I know what I'm talking about for sure. So, and there are many places to get writers. Obviously there's iWriter, and then there's these other websites that I've mentioned as well. There's forums as well. Somebody who used to work for me said he got a couple of jobs on Naira Land. Other websites you can check, other forums you can check will be Warrior Forum. The Warrior Forum is a great resource for internet marketers, you know, people who are thinking about going online to learn how to make money. Warrior Forum is a great place to just register, and you will just have a ton of information there. In fact, you won't miss anything if you join Warrior Forum, so just join the forum and, you know, learn. Most importantly is just to learn, but then don't spend too much time learning, because, you know, when you're with so much information in your brain, you can't really make any money if you're not putting that information out there and making money or making mistakes, really. You know, there's really no such thing as failure, like they say. So, you know, bottom line is that you just want to get out there and, you know, do stuff, you know. So go out there, look for your, you know, go out there, create a portfolio, you know, practice, open a blog if you have to, open a website, you know, selling your skills. You know, so many ways to go around this. You could just go and see what other people are doing and just copy and paste. Obviously don't copy and paste, but what I mean is, you know, rephrase, you know, write it in your own words, make it unique to you, you know. So you could, if you want to open a website and you don't know how to open a website, you just go and check out other websites out there that are doing the same thing that you want to do, and then just use it as a guide to creating your own website, so that you could put yourself out there and get work. And this applies to any type of freelance job out there, or any type of freelance work. If you want to work for yourself, you must be able to sell yourself. And so if you can't sell yourself, then you can't expect to make any money or to, you know, earn a living. So just make sure that you put yourself out there. All right, so we're going to move now to the next topic, which is how to become a social media manager. Okay, or, you know, social media managing, yeah, or social media consultant. You know, they use those words interchangeably, and I'm sure there are other ways they use them as well. Digital marketing manager, social media manager, social media consultant, social media strategist. So many words. So yeah, so first of all, we want to know, who is a social media manager? You know, social media, yeah, everybody is, like, you know, into social media now. You know, everybody's opening everybody's opening social media networking accounts. They open Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Tumblr, So many of them out there. I can't even begin to mention. There's so many social media networks out there that so the regular ones are just Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and LinkedIn or something, and people think that, oh, that's where it ends. That's not where it ends. There's like 1,000,001 of them out there. There's so many ones that that's specific to a niche. People are there because they have a need, they have a common interest. There's so many social platforms out there that people are creating even till today. So they're probably going to be a next best, another great Facebook someday. So social media managing is definitely a proper career now. In fact, it is actually business, full-time business. So you want to definitely look into that as a freelance, as a career, as a career option. It's freelance work. It can be freelance work. You can do social media as a freelancer, or you can do social media working for a client. Okay, working for a company. Sorry. So you have big companies, big corporations out there who need a social media managing department, or who need somebody to manage their social media. Or some of them don't even have a clue what it means to be online or to be on social media or to get clients that way. So that's why the social media manager position is something that you can actually pitch to a company, and give them a couple of tests to see how your skill as a social media manager will improve their sales, or increase the exposure, and then you come up with a plan and then go hit those clients, and then obviously do the work. So who's a social media manager? A social media manager is somebody who yeah, kind of see, that's like just like writer's block, kind of like locked down. So let me check my notes. Okay, a social media manager is somebody who really, whose job really is to be the eyes and ears and the mouth, the mouthpiece of a company or a brand. You want to, this is that person who monitors the activities online of the company's activities online. So whether it's the content they're putting out there or the feedback that they're receiving, the social media is somebody who, that's your job. Your job is to reach out to people online through digital media, through things like flyers, posters, banners, text ads, articles, press releases, social content, engaging content like Instagram content, like post, blog, images, tweets, like Twitter account, Twitter content, stuff like that. So that's what social media manager basically does. But then obviously that sounds very simple, but it isn't that simple, because it's a lot of work. When we're doing social media or doing things on social media, we feel like, wow, we've got our own accounts, and then we know what we're doing, and we feel like since we already have accounts, that personal social media accounts that have great following, and it's going to be the same thing as being a social media manager for a company or for a brand. That doesn't exactly follow, because social media, engaging in social media for a personal purpose is different from engaging in social media for a company, or for to build a brand or to build a business, because you're not yourself, so you cannot entirely be you. You're supposed to be putting a perception or portraying an image for a company out there. So if you're somebody who is unruly, and the company is a company, like, let's say for instance a legal company, you don't necessarily want to be using bad language on the legal firm's social media platform. You don't want to get fired. I don't know, I've been saying fired a lot, so maybe I should stop saying that, because the reason why you're working online is because you don't want to get fired, or you don't want people to have the right to fire you. So you want to be able to you want to be your own boss, so let's not say fired anymore. Okay, so definitely for you to be a social media manager, you have to have a social following, like a social clout. You definitely have to be somebody that has a great following. Say, for instance, on Instagram, you want to have a minimum of close to 10,000 followers. For you to be able to say, yeah, you're into social media. I mean, like, how can you be into social media when you have only, like, say 500 followers and you're following like 5,000 people? That's impossible. No one's going to take you seriously if you say you're a social media manager or you want to pitch on a job for that, because you can't even prove to them that you know what you're doing. So definitely, before you approach any company saying that you want to be their social media manager, you have to prove to them that you can actually manage social media properly, and that you have several accounts there and you know how to use these accounts. So if you're thinking about doing that and you do not have an Instagram page or you don't have any social accounts, then first thing to do is to go and start building your profile. Do some practice, like I said, in writing, open accounts on the major social media, networks like Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and LinkedIn. Those 4 accounts are something that you can start with. All right. On Instagram, it's very, very easy. And then on Instagram, it's very easy to start posting stuff. I guess on all of them, really. I guess, I don't really like Facebook, to be honest. But Twitter and Instagram, yeah, great. It's easy to just post stuff and not necessarily have to engage with people. So Twitter has actually made that very great for people now. So, and also Twitter does that as well. So Twitter, you only have to write 140 characters. So some people use only Twitter as their social platform, and they're doing very great with Twitter. So Twitter is definitely something you want to look into, social. So you definitely have to build your accounts, So for you to build your Twitter account, you have to create an account, and then you have to start tweeting very often. And then when you tweet, you follow other people, who are related to who have content or who have content related to topics that you're interested in. Follow celebrities if you want, just so that you can build your following. But try not to follow people too much at a go. Follow people and sometimes unfollow some people who don't follow you back after a while, because you want to balance out your following a bit. And definitely you have to make sure that you engage with people, because if you want to build a social media profile, you have to be a real person. You can't be an automated bot that goes around and just likes and follows and unfollows, those kind of things. You want to communicate with people, so yeah, do a lot of tweeting, do a lot of retweeting, do a lot of somebody sends you a direct message, make sure you respond. If somebody sends you what's it called, retweet, somebody tweets your work, hello, welcome Mr. Ashford, thanks for joining us. It's your first time on Periscope, so welcome. Join us. We're doing my name is Anita Solomon, and we're talking about how to make money online through freelance writing, social media managing, and coaching, online coaching. So we're on social media managing now, becoming a social media manager. So just join us. You can always watch the replay after this. So we're talking about social media. Yes. Okay, I lost my train of thought when I saw that happen. Okay, I'm talking about building your profile. Okay, so definitely you need to build your profile, because like I said, no one's going to take you seriously if you don't do that. Okay. And so Twitter, we're talking about how to build a Twitter profile, retweet and tweet and follow people, unfollow, and just keep tweeting good content. And once you put good content out there, definitely people will follow you and they will like what you're putting out there. People will like your tweets and they will add you to their circles or whatever it is they do on Twitter these days. And on Twitter, you can use hashtags a lot, because I think hashtagging started from Twitter. So use hashtags on your posts. So yeah, that's for Twitter. And then on Instagram, it's basically the same thing now. Instagram is like now the big bang on how to make money on social media. A lot of people are talking about Instagram influencers and stuff like that. So you want to build your profile in such a way that you can be one of those Instagram influencers. Because if you're an Instagram influencer, which is somebody who has 10,000 followers and above, great. You see a lot of people have like 1 million followers now. Don't be envious. Some of them go and buy followers so that you can feel like they have followers. So not everybody can really get that many followers. I mean, how can you find somebody who has say only like 20 posts on Instagram and actually has 1 million followers? I mean, how does that happen? Obviously, or say 500,000 followers. Obviously he or she or whatever company that is buying followers so that you can feel that they have a lot of following. So just make sure that you don't get carried away when you see people having so many followers and thinking, wow, this person has so many followers. Just build yours. And if you need to buy followers, buy followers realistically. Don't just go, you have a new account today and then 3 weeks down the line you have 500,000 followers. Obviously people are not going to take you seriously, because it's obvious that your account is just new, because they're going to be able to see when you started posting content. So definitely make sure that you follow people, you do the right thing when it comes to adding followers and getting followers or not. There are definitely a lot of ways to do that, so just do some research about it and do and dig into it. Build your profile is what's important. Get engaging. Ask your friends to follow you. Ask your family to follow you and to retweet for you or to like your post. It's the easiest way to do it. Just ask friends and family, and also cross promote, or cross post. When you post on something like an Instagram, make sure that you can also share it on Twitter and on Facebook, so that you're just using one content to kind of like feed all your social networks. And then another thing you want to think about doing is automating, especially when you're building your own profile. You want to think about automating your posting as much as you can. So on sites like Twitter has an app. There's an app for Twitter that's called TweetDeck. Yeah. It also has the web form now, the web format now. It used to be like a desktop app before, but now they have a web app now. So with TweetDeck, you can just go. You can just see all your Twitter. You can see your Twitter deck, should I say, your dashboard or something on TweetDeck in one screen, and you can actually schedule tweets to be tweeting for you over and over and over again. So you can actually schedule tweets for a week, you can schedule tweets for a month, and you just have, so that what happens is you just take time for a day or two writing out your tweets, 140 characters, very easy to do. Write out your tweets, and then you just go to TweetDeck and just put it on TweetDeck, and then just schedule the post for you, and they're posting automatically for you without you having to worry about doing that yourself. So if you can automate some of your posting and some of your posting on social media, it makes it easier for you. So it makes it easier for you, so that you're not spending too much time on certain networks, so that you can spend time on the ones that you need to spend more time on. So it's good to actually automate stuff so that it makes things easier. Because managing a lot of accounts, especially accounts for clients, will be a lot of work. So you want to learn how to automate these systems, so that, or your posting, or or scheduling, so that it's easy to manage multiple accounts. So that's something you want to look at. Of course, like I've already said, this is about you building your own profile. So before you even thinking about approaching a client for social media work, so definitely look into that. So another thing you want to do is, as a social media manager, like I already said, you can be a freelance social media manager. That is, you just go around getting jobs from different clients, or you go to sites, some content mills, or some sites like Upwork or Freelancer or People Per Hour, and then you get jobs from people who are already posting their job descriptions out there. Or you can just go and apply for a normal business, like an offline company, like a corporation or something out there, whom you feel need social media managing services. Maybe you found out that they may have a web presence, but they don't have social media accounts. So you can contact those kind of companies and inform them. Of course you have to go there with a portfolio, like a CV. You inform them that you have skills in social media managing, and that if they employ you, they're going to have a lot of benefits from employing you as a social media manager. So you need to be able to go there with a proper proposal to let them know that they need these services, and this is what they're going to get when they employ you, to offer to give them these services. So definitely getting the job as social media manager is very possible, even a proper job where you can get up and go to work every day. So definitely look into that as a career option. So the job description of a social media varies. Most importantly, you're supposed to be organizing content for companies, or for a company, or for a brand, or for yourself. So you must be organized. You want to be able to organize content. Another thing you want to do is you want to be able to, as a job description, your job will also be to create content, not just organize this content. You also want to be able to create this content. So you must have certain skills. So look into that. I'll talk about that when I talk about skills of a social media manager. Your job is to monitor the presence of the company. So you want to know how to check the analytics of your social media accounts, and to see what the response is from clients out there or prospects out there. So if a company puts out like an ad out there, you want to from the social media networks out there, you want to be able to find out people who are talking about this company, who are talking about the ad that was just put up, and if people are discussing it at all. that's your job, to monitor what's going on online, for the company. Your job is basically to monitor their online presence, especially in the social media, on the social media networks, because these are where real people are, where real people are going to be making comments about a business or about a brand or something. Sorry, about a brand or something. And you want to, as a social media manager or as an employer, you want to make sure that your company is doing well on social networks, that you're not getting bad feedback. If you want to be able to gauge those kind of things. So another thing is, as a social media manager, you'll be asking a lot of queries online. So if a company has an Instagram account and there are people asking questions like, how do I do this, or where do I go and buy this, and all of that kind of stuff, you want to be able to respond to those people on time, because that's like customer service. You must be able to satisfy your customers. So somebody has to be on point to be able to respond to clients on these kind of platforms. So these are the kind of things you're going to take to the companies, to let them know that, hey, look, these are the kind of things I can do for you, so that your social media networks, accounts are doing well, and so that your social media presence is great, and being able to generate traffic and targeted audience to your products or service. So look at these job descriptions. Another way for social media managers, another job description will be brainstorming ideas. Brainstorming ideas. What kind of content are you going to put out there? What content should we put out there today as a business? Should we tweet today? What kind of tweets should we make? Those kind of things. You want to be as a social media manager, your job description is basically to come up with those kind of ideas. Have brainstorming sessions where you can come up with content ideas for clients, to put them in a better light. Because at the end of the day, your main job is to work on the reputation of your client. So, and that's the best place to do that is on social media, because that's where people are going to know who you are, or what you have to offer, or what you're offering, or if what you're offering is good or bad. What people are going to know is the social media that they'll go to first. The networks they'll go to first to find out what real people are saying about your product or service. So definitely you want to know that kind of job. You want to make sure that you have that skill in place, and that you have the ability to be able to create content on the go, because you might be on a hello Otto, thanks for joining us. You might be on your phone and still working for your clients. So you want to be able to to be reachable, and to be able to put content out there if you need to for your client, for your employer. Sorry, So another thing is, as a job description is, you need to be up to date on the trends out there. So for instance, if you're a fashion magazine and if you're working for a fashion magazine as a social media manager, you want to make sure that you're up to date on the trends that other magazines are going with, on the fashion trends, or if it's winter, the winter fashion trends and stuff like that, and what's in and what's hot on the runways and stuff like that, because the easiest place to find that is on the media as well. So definitely you want to be up to date on the trends, and social media that's one of your job descriptions, to make sure that you're letting your clients, your employers know that you're on point on everything, and that you're able to get them information when they need it, and deliver on your promise. So definitely you want to check that. Sometimes you might need to advertise on social media, so advertising skills is something you also need to know, and that's also where writing will come in as well. So advertising is important. As a social media manager, you probably will need to advertise on social media. Remember that social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram have paid adverts, so that's something you should look into as well. So now we're going to run through social media managing skills, skills you should have. And one of those skills you should have is writing. You must be a good writer to be a good social media manager, except that part of the job description, or that part of the job is being delegated to someone else. If it is not, and obviously you want to come with the full package, then writing is a skill you must develop. Because, for instance, if you're going to write content, if you're going to write a post, a tweet, you must be able to write good content for your tweets, so that it's engaging, it's encouraging retweets and making people want to share, and it's something that will go viral, because you want content to go viral on your social networks or social profiles, because that's what making a great social media profile is about. You want to have content that can easily go viral. So definitely you must be a good writer. You must be able to write good ad copy, and stuff like that. Another thing you want to do is learn, learn how to write online, learn the skills like search engine optimization and stuff like that. Learn how to optimize your content or your written content for the search engines. So for instance, now if you're on Twitter and you want to, and if you're running a Twitter account for a company that does whole foods, or that does baby food, when you're putting out content, you want to write content surrounding that keyword or related keywords, and using hashtags on Twitter. So definitely you're going to have to also follow people who are in the niche of the whole foods or baby food niche, and the mothers and stuff like that. You must know how to follow the right people. You must also know how to put the right content out there, especially because you can't be putting content about say for instance processed foods if you're writing about baby food. So you must put the right content out there. So learn about social media search engine optimization as well. Search engine optimization for a site like Twitter would include things like keywords in your tweet and hashtags. So make sure you think about stuff like that, and just get knowledgeable about writing online generally and doing ad copy. So learning how to write short content can be easy. Also learn how to write long content, because Instagram allows you to write long content and Facebook allows you to write longer content as well. So definitely look into that. Another thing is your researching skills has to be like on point, because you have to know what's going on with your competitors as well. You want to know if what's happening, what they're selling, and what the feedback is on what they're doing. So researching other social media accounts, other social media trends is definitely something you want to look into, you want to have. It's a skill you want to have. So before you go applying for a job, just make sure that you know how to research on the company first of all that you're applying for, so that you know what to tell them that you're going to offer them, or what to offer them in your campaign, in your social media campaign, because that's what you are going to take to them. You're going to take several packages to them, and then they will now decide, okay, I can afford this, or I'm going to pay for this so that you can do this and this and this for me. So you definitely want to do a lot of research so that you can see what's out there, what kind of campaigns other companies are using, and how to create your own campaigns to suit that of the clients that you're intending to work for. Okay. Another skill you should have is a skill of problem solving, like they will say. You don't want to have a problem solving kind of skill. So you want to know when things go bad. If something goes bad online, like if there's a scandal that breaks up or something like that, you want to be able to catch it right on time, so that you can decide to scrub it off the internet, or you could have a great comeback for such a content that would come up. Let's say if it was a poor content that somebody or a website or a blog wrote something nasty about a company, your company or something, you want to be able to have a great comeback, something to put the company in a good light. Remember that it is the company's reputation that you're concerned about. So you have to have the attitude of the problem solving attitude, where you're either removing things from the internet, or you're putting great content out there so that it can overshadow bad content that was put there, and also so that you can also respond to clients who are feeling aggrieved based on the product that based on the product they've used or the service they've used from your company before. So you want to definitely be able to sort things out, so that's why problem solving is something that you should have as a skill if you want to be a social media manager. Another thing, obviously, like I've said, is have organizational skills. So definitely be able to organize content around, know when to post content, know when to like other people's content and when not to. You can't like everything online, so you have to just make sure that your content is targeted as well. Definitely you might need to have like a technical skills when it comes to things like taking off content off the web. If you can't do that yourself, then you can still employ someone else or outsource that task to somebody that can scrap off content from the web, because sometimes content comes on the web and it's still early on, and your company might feel like, look, this is bad content for us and we can't afford that circulating on the internet. And so what happens is they just get somebody, either the social media manager can do that, or they just get somebody who can just go and just clean off those kind of contents from the web, so that it doesn't go viral and cause more damage to the company. Okay. So something you need to learn really would be like graphics. You want to learn graphics, because as a social media manager, you're going to be putting a lot of content out there, and a lot of image related content and video related content will be something that you should be focusing on, because a lot of this kind of content sells better and it engages clients better than written content. So you want to have some graphic skills. If you don't have skills, yes, definitely if you don't have those skills, you can learn very easily by just checking out videos on YouTube, and there's some free tools you can use that don't require so much, technical know-how. So but if it's something you're thinking about, you want to look into it a bit, because sometimes you might want to change content. You might want to post a content that's already on the internet, but you want to make it unique to you. So if it's an image and a quote, you want to use the same quote, but then you want to put that quote on a different image. So you must be able to do those kind of things on the go, and there are applications that can help you do those kind of things. There's something like Canva. There are other apps online, or on your phone, that you can download and use to edit content, to add text to content that is already there, or add text to an image. There are plenty apps out there, free apps as well, that you can use to do that. So make sure that you have some small graphic skills so that you can, do something for your clients, even on the go or on the fly, in case you want to prove to them that, hey, look, I can do this, and then you can just do it on the go. So make sure that you have those kind of skills. So anybody who's joining us now should just know that definitely, we're talking about how to make money online in 3 ways: by being a freelance writer, a social media manager, and an online coach. Okay, well, if you go and check on your phone, it'll be easy to find. Just search for a text image, something like that. Just make a search, and then you could easily find those kind of apps that can add text to images. I just checked on my phone. I'm using this phone right now. I just checked on my phone. It's called Perfect Images or so. If you check on your iPhone or your Android or something, Perfect Images. So many apps, free apps. If you check on your Google Play Store and your App Store, you will find a lot of apps out there that are free that you can put text on images and stuff. And you can even dim the images so that your text will show better. You could do a lot of stuff on. Very easy to find. So places you can find social media jobs. I've talked about, well, let's just start. There's People Per Hour. It's a site where it's just like it's just like Upwork. So you have People Per Hour, you have Freelancer, then you have Upwork, and then obviously you have your own site. That's very important. If you're going to be a social media manager, it's either freelance, then you want to have a website, because people will take you more seriously, and it's more professional if you have your own website, so that people can take you more seriously, and so that you can actually get a lot more clients. Because once your website is online, it's a business already. It's a live business. It's like an open shop. That's the beauty about the internet, because once your website is live, that's an open shop forever, as long as you are paying your dues. That's like you're paying your hosting and your domain name fees. So as long as that's happening, then your business is live for as long as you're paying those fees, and those fees are like, really next to nothing if you look at it in the scheme of things. So open your website. It doesn't seem so daunting. Like I said, it's easy to open websites these days. All you need to do is just go and see what other people are doing, and you just copy what they're doing. Because I don't see any reason why you have to go and change the wheel or reinvent the wheel when it's already working. So why will you go and make something new when something old is working? Just redo it, and then it's just going to be great. So if you want to become a social media guru, obviously I've talked about that already. You just make sure that you learn how to automate things. Try not to go too much looking for apps to automate stuff. Just start doing stuff on your own for a while before you start thinking about going so far, because some of those apps cost a lot of money, and you don't want to spend money for now. So TweetDeck is free, so use TweetDeck for sure. Okay. I think we're done with social media manager. The topic of social media manager basically is done. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks, Cynthia, for being here and for asking questions, because at least it helps me so that people who are coming to watch the replay can get the real person asking questions and me answering, so that it's like it's not just me talking to myself. Okay. All right then. So social media managing, definitely it's something to look into. Like everybody's online these days, and not everybody maybe, but a lot of people are online these days. And even if not people, businesses need to be online. So even though people don't want to go online, businesses need to be online. So many businesses don't have social profiles. So if you're somewhere, and you're living next to or close to companies, nice companies out there, approach them and offer them service. You never know. The beauty about offline, when I say offline, I'm talking about like brick and mortar businesses. The beauty about those kind of businesses is that they may pay, they could pay you well, just as well as people online are going to pay you as well. So get those businesses online, show them what you can do, and then get paid for that, because businesses need to go online to be able to maximize potential and to be able to maximize profit as well, because you need to be able to reach as many people as you can, and the only way you can do that now is online, except you're offering business, a business that is so physical, then you may not need to be online. But really, most businesses are online these days, and if you're not online, get somebody to get you online. Okay, so if you have businesses or your friends own businesses, that's the thing. You don't necessarily have to go to like big companies and stuff. You can start with small businesses, because if you're just practicing, or if you're just learning the ropes, then you want to practice with small businesses first before you go for the big guys, so you can start with your, maybe you can start with opening a social media account for a friend who doesn't have one, and help them put content on that site, and help them, it can even be a niche related account, something that is focused around a particular niche. So if it's a friend who likes football, then he can have a personal account. It can be his personal account, but he's just going to be posting a lot of football related content to let people know that, hey, look, this is what he likes and stuff like that. And you never know, a lot of people love football, so a lot of people will be following him. So start with opening an account for a friend or sister or brother, and then from then you can now start with opening an account for a friend who owns a business that is not online yet, or that doesn't have a social media presence online yet. So social media presence online yet. So, that's like, anyway. So you can now do that. Start with a friend who has a business, so that you can help that business. At the beginning of doing anything on the internet, what you want to know, or what you want to do first of all, is help. Put yourself out there, help people. Gain experience, because if you don't have any experience, it's kind of going to be hard to do anything, because you don't know what works, what doesn't work. You cannot really be confident in your skill if you don't have experience doing that skill. So just make sure that you gain experience, all right, and put yourself out there. Get out of your comfort zone, just like I'm doing. Get out of your comfort zone and then put yourself out there, so that you could gain the experience that you need to be a great social media manager. All right, and so bottom line is, go and open that Twitter account, go and open that Instagram account for a friend, and start building your social media profile, and their profiles and business profiles as well, so that you can be able to approach big clients and make good money. All right, don't forget, help at the beginning before you start thinking about making money. Anything you do really online, just like if you're starting any offline business, you start first. You learn the ropes, you probably make some mistakes along the way, and then you now start doing better, so that you could go bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, so do that. So great, we're moving to the final topic, which is online coaching. All right, online coaching is definitely a great way to make money online. Why? Because, so many people need help. A lot of people need help. Like, I'm here coaching on how to make money online. And clearly, so many people need help making money. And there'll be so many people out there who will need help cooking, making hair, doing makeup, doing nails, so many things. so many people need help in their relationships. So many need help raising kids. So many people need help doing a lot of stuff. So definitely there's a market for you out there if you want to do online coaching. So what you just need to do is just make up your mind, and when I say make up your mind, is because I'll say it again, working online is a mindset thing. If you don't have the right mindset, it's so easy to get bored. It's so easy to get annoyed. You just want to just throw away your computer sometimes. But it's definitely worthwhile. It's definitely worth it after a while, for sure. I can tell you that for free. Okay, so who is an online coach? Yeah, well, an online coach is basically somebody who has gained experience. When I say who has gained experience, or who feels, I think who has gained experience in a particular field, and feels that that they can share, that they want to share that information, and that their experience will benefit other people. That's basically who an online coach is, really, or who a coach is. A coach is somebody who has experience, in a layman's term, someone who has experience in a particular field, and then who wants to share that experience with other people, so that people don't make mistakes, or mistakes that they've made or they've learned from, or so that people don't necessarily have to go through the learning curve, or for such a long time. It kind of shortens the learning curve for most people, online coaching. All right. So an online coach could be somebody like me who is talking to you right now, or he could be somebody who has done a recording, and a recording on a particular market, and just sells the recording for you. It doesn't necessarily have to be somebody who's talking to you one-on-one. So just have an open mind. All right. So definitely, who's an online coach? Sometimes coaches may be people who have gone to school, who got educated and have certificates to say, hey, look, I'm a relationship coach, or I'm a child psychologist. I'm going to say that's a coach, but so something like that. People who have gone to go do proper training. So it could be a relationship coach, it could be a cook, on anything. So or it could just be somebody who has experience in an area of life and just wants to share. A lot of people are different types of coaches out there, so we're going to go into that. And why do people hire coaches, or why will people hire you as a coach? People hire coaches for a lot of reasons. They hire coaches because they need help with something that they've already started. Maybe I started making money online, or I started working on a blog. Let me not say making money online because that's too broad. See, I started working on a blog, right? And I bought the domain name, paid for my hosting, and I've opened the blog, done the WordPress thing, and I started putting content out there. And then I just lose interest, and I now need an online coach. And then there's opportunities to get a coach. What the coach is going to do for that person is basically get them back to the feeling of, hey, look, you don't need to lose momentum. At this point now, you've come this far, so don't be in a hurry to stop yet. That coach or that person is going to encourage this person who has started a blog and has lost interest or lost the drive along the way, and is going to get them back in the game. Okay, so that's basically what online coaching basically does. You have people who hire coaches for so many reasons. You have people who hire coaches. Remember that people like the sports guys, like the basketball player has coaches, the footballer has coaches, has a coach. Those people have coaches. The singer has a coach. The actor has a coach. You have acting coaches, singing coaches, and voice coaches and stuff like that. All those people, they might know how to sing. I'm sure somebody like Beyonce will have a coach, because what happens is, even though you have a skill set, you might need somebody who will guide you. Who will make sure that you don't make so many mistakes. Who will make sure that they can hold you accountable for when you're not doing what you're supposed to do, when you're supposed to do it. Somebody who will celebrate your successes with you, and so who will also be there when you fail, to pat you on the back and tell you, don't worry, dust yourself up and try again. So a lot of people hire coaches for so many reasons. So definitely look into that. Definitely think about what you can offer to people as a coach. What kind of what can you teach people, really? People hire coaches because a coach is somebody who it's kind of like a sounding board. Somebody who's there for you when you want to talk about your business. Someone who's not going to judge you. Somebody who's going to encourage you and motivate you, to do what you're supposed to do. Because sometimes we know we're supposed to do something, but we don't have the drive to go and do it. So a coach can be somebody who does that for you. It could be somebody you just call, or somebody who you have a link to, maybe on Facebook or Twitter. You need some encouragement, and then you get a coach. So just make sure that you think about things like that. All right. So looking at my notes now, just to make sure that I don't lose my train of thought. It's been a long time. It's supposed to be only 1 hour, and it's already 1 hour 19 minutes, and so I'm just going to go on and just finish with this. We've talked about that. A coach can help you plan as well. So if you already plan stuff, remember that a coach can help you actually implement your plan. It can help you implement your plan properly. So if you have a plan in place, a coach is somebody who can help you implement your plan. Especially when you feel like it's not working out and you're tired and it's so much work. That person is just there to just give you the push. Come on, go on and do it. You already put your mind to this and you started it, and you cannot leave it halfway. You have to finish. So that's what a coach basically does. You see them, on the field when they are talking to their team. And they just, come on, do this, that kind of stuff. So that's what a coach does basically. It just pushes you, make sure you do things right, make sure that you do when you're supposed to do them as well. So just make sure that. So that's basically just the introduction on online coaching. So what niches can you coach on? Okay, a lot of people are going to be wondering, I'm an online coach, what can I coach on? What can I really teach people? How many kind of online coaches can there really be? There can be an online coach in many niches. So many markets have the need, can have online coaches. So, just think about it. I'm going to just list out a few for you. So you can coach on different niches like losing weight, dating, starting an online business, improving your personal relationships, becoming a better leader, improving your brain power, increasing success at work, raising children correctly, reducing stress, transitioning from one phase to another, increasing productivity, achieving a lifelong goal. That's just a long spiel that I just got from somewhere on the internet. But anyways, I just want to explain basically what can you coach in? What kind of topics can you coach? All right? Like I said earlier, you can coach in weight loss. A lot of people are already doing that these days. So many people are already coaching weight loss, coaching in the weight loss market. And most of them are doing it physically. But then you can also do this online by creating online videos, online training videos or online workout videos. And then you can even do live videos nowadays. That a lot of social media platforms are going live, like Instagram just went live around the world not so long ago. They've been live, in the US for a while, but doing their testing. Anyway, that's besides the point. So online coaching, what's it called? Weight loss. You can be an online coach, relationship coach online. So that's definitely something hello Imo, welcome again. You were here before and then you went away. But welcome back. We're now on the topic of online coaching. So you can be a coach. What was I just talking about just now? Relationship coach. Yeah, you can be a relationship coach. A lot of people have issues in their relationships, so definitely people want help. What really happens is, as a coach, what you need to do is find a problem. A coach is a problem solver. That kind of person. So find a problem and then offer a solution. Find a need, feel the need. That's basically what coaching is about. So I found a need. People want to make money. The economy is hard. Things are really, really hard. So people need to be able to supplement their income, need to be able to earn a living so that they can sustain their family and sustain their lifestyles. So that's why the dream or the passion for making money online or teaching people how to make money online came about, because I find that I make money online, I'm self-sustainable, and so many people want that opportunity. So why don't I coach people how to make money online so that they can be like me? You don't have to make $1 million, but you just have to make enough money to be able to eat food. You have to make enough money to be able to pay your bills, to pay your rent. You have to make money to be able to pay school fees and stuff like that. So, and that's very possible online. And so that's why I said, okay, let's teach people how to make money online. Let's coach people how to make money online. And then those people who are interested out there, this is why it's coaching, so that you can encourage them and keep pushing them so that they keep doing what they say they're going to do. It's one thing to say, I want to make money online and I love the idea, I want to do digital marketing and all that stuff. It's another thing to actually do the work. That's something I have a lot of people who tell me, I want to make money, I want to feed my family, I'm tired of working for people. There are so many people doing that, but then they don't follow up. They don't they think it's something you could just wish to happen. It ain't gonna happen, love. You can't wish for it to happen. It's not gonna happen. So just make sure that you work for it. You're out there working for whatever it is that you want. Okay. And you could be a coach on, raising kids. Yeah, I've talked about raising kids before. I don't know why I like that topic so much. But you could be a coach on raising kids properly. Some people have a challenge about raising children. So many young moms out there who just got married and have kids, and they might not have an idea. They might not have a guide or a mother who's there to guide them or help them. Even if they have parents, it's a new age now. So raising kids in this new age, can be hard. So somebody who's so great, or who feels that they have the knowledge and experience and raising kids in this day and age, can turn that into a business where you're like, teaching people how to raise their kids right. You could develop a community. You could even go to schools. You can even go to schools. Just know that it's definitely a way to generate income is by teaching other people, by helping other people. What you want to think about when you're thinking about online coaching is, how do I help people? You can't be thinking about how do I make money. What you want to do is, how do I help people? How can I help? How can I be of help to this person or to that person? If you're somebody people always come to talk to, if you're like saying your church community or something, you're always the go-to person. When people have a problem, they come to meet you to say, oh, I have an issue with this person, and then you're there settling issues. It means you're somebody who like a conflict resolution kind of person, or somebody who likes settling disputes and stuff. So you could have like a counseling kind of coaching business where you talk to people, where you can advise people on how to be better people. So that's something you can turn into an online business, an online coaching business. Just basically guiding people, counseling. Counseling is a very big market. So many people need counseling. Even corporations, businesses, executives need counseling. So never underestimate the potential that you have, because you have a skill. You definitely have a skill. You have something worth selling. Just think about something. There's some quote I saw the other day, and it was basically, something like in the lines of, the opportunity is there. The finding opportunity is, first of all, starts from just believing that the opportunity is there. The opportunity is there. Just believe it and actually take action towards that. Coaching is something that you can do in a broad niche, broad markets. There are markets out there, so many markets. You can coach people how to do their hair. You can coach people how to do their makeup online. There's so many online training videos out there. But then don't forget, once you can do a compilation, like you have like a series of video training where you can say, okay, this is makeup training, and you have step 1, step 2, step 3, step 4, step 5, steps 10. You could have that in a course, and you could actually coach people online. So like, makeup is something you don't need to talk, be there in person to teach somebody. So that means you can actually turn that into a business, turn that into a course that you're selling to people, or that you're actually doing like free live training on certain things, on certain platforms, to be able to generate traffic, or build your brand. So as a makeup artist, doing online coaching is very possible, a great way to make money. Selling online courses as well, because online coaching doesn't necessarily mean that you actually have to coach one-on-one. It also means that you can create courses, create courses that that you can sell. So definitely look into that. So if you want to be a coach, you can be a coach in so many different markets, so many niches, from relationship to marriage, divorce. You could be a divorce coach. There are people who are out there, divorce coaches. There are marriage coaches out there. There are relationship coaches out there. You can be a fitness coach. You can be a diet coach. You can be a lifestyle coach. A lot of people who don't want to particularly streamline themselves to a particular niche do, like, try to build a brand around lifestyle coaching. Lifestyle coaching will be anything from, about how you live life, basically, from fitness to healthy living, stuff like that. There are definitely a lot of coaches or markets that you can go into on that level. You can be an online coach that cooks, an online chef, and all this kind of stuff. So you could definitely sell stuff online, and sell your skill online in that way. Just make sure that you choose something, and you you move with it. You know, most important thing is that you actually move with it, that you actually take action. That's what's important, you know. So definitely look into that. So now we're going to move into the next topic on this topic. It's how is online coaching done? Online coaching is done in a lot of ways. Like, you know, you can do online coaching in different ways. You know, it just has to be, you know, based on what method you prefer. You know, do you prefer to do online coaching through live streaming like I'm doing right now, or do you prefer to do online coaching through recorded videos, or do you prefer to do online coaching through written content, that is by PDF? I mean, like, you know, small reports, short PDFs, and, you know, guides and stuff like that. Or do you prefer to do online coaching through audio? You can decide to use audio, like podcasting, you know, to do your online coaching. So many ways you could do online coaching. So many ways. You know, bad posture, so, you know, you need to sit down straight. I need to remember that. So how to do online coaching? First of all, you want to use a medium that is comfortable with you. That's what is important. You don't want to do what other people are doing, because what you find out that, you know, you might want to go and do online coaching through live streaming because I'm doing live streaming, or because she's doing live streaming. That may not work for your niche as well, because not every niche would work with live streaming. And so you could decide to do recorded video, or you can decide to do PDF style, you know. So definitely think of a method that's comfortable, that you're comfortable with. And also a platform, because you might decide to do live streaming, but then you don't want to use Periscope Live. You want to use YouTube or Facebook. So whichever platform is you're comfortable with, please just do it for you. Don't do it based on what people will say or think. Choose a platform that you're comfortable with, and use that platform. You can always change things up. You can always mix and match platforms. You don't necessarily have to have recorded video or live stream. You can have live stream, and then you can have recorded videos. You can have live stream just so that you can engage with your audience like I'm doing right now, and then you can also have recorded training. So the recorded training is just there where they can go and pick up that training and watch it over and over again. They have live streaming when you're going live, and then they can talk to you and ask you questions and stuff like that. So you can be a real person and someone that's approachable, you know. So that's definitely something you need to take into consideration. So you can do live coaching in, you know, a number of ways. One-on-one coaching, group coaching, or your video coaching or audio coaching. One-on-one coaching can be done, you know, in person. So that is, you know, one-on-one, obviously face-to-face coaching. Or it can be done like I'm doing through live streaming, or it can be done on Skype, you know, or on FaceTime. So definitely, or WhatsApp. Now there's WhatsApp video. So you can do one-on-one coaching in many ways. So I mentioned just a few of them. Phone calls as well. You can do one-on-one coaching through phone calls as well. So look into that. You want to also think about whether you want to do one-on-one coaching online or via phone calls or Skype or in person, because certain things, you know, will apply for those different methods. Like if you're coaching with what's it called, in person, you want to take certain things into consideration, like the transportation to get to your venue, your location, meeting with the person face to face. That restricts you based on the fact that you can only meet one person or a few people at a time, and you may not be able to meet so many people at once. So, you know, definitely look into which kind of method you want to use if you want to do online and one-on-one coaching. And also you can do group coaching on groups. Like you can create the Facebook group, and then you can have that group, either it's an open group or you can have it a secure group where only registered members can have access to that group. So definitely look into group coaching as well. Another way, obviously we've mentioned about video coaching and we've mentioned about audio coaching in brief. So basically that's just as simple. You can have recorded videos done, professionally done videos, you know. So if you're doing makeup training, if you're doing cooking, or if you're doing anything else, really, you can coach people on even mathematics, you know, algebra, statistics. You could have those videos recorded. The benefits of an online coach really are, you know, just helping people. They are there for you. They're there to help you achieve what it is you've already set your mind to achieve. An online coach cannot make you do what you don't want to do. They are not there to force you to do what you don't want to do or to do what you don't feel like doing. They are there to encourage you. So the benefit of having one is having one, for instance, to be somebody to hold you accountable, somebody to make sure that you are doing what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do, and that when you haven't done that, they are there to reprimand you when you haven't done it. Because it's okay for somebody to say, I'm encouraging you, I'm motivating you. Somebody has to reprimand when you fail to do what you say you're going to do. So that online coach is there to hold you accountable. That online coach is also there to be a sounding board, be like a reflective surface where you make comments, who you can talk to, that you don't get judged. You want somebody. Yes, it's a benefit of being an online coach. Of course, the benefit of being an online coach means you're going to help people and you're going to make money from doing that. We're going to come to the part where we say, how do you charge for your skill of online coaching? Because if you're an online coach, you're not going to be coaching for free. I mean, I'm giving free live training sessions doesn't necessarily mean I don't get paid jobs or I don't get paid clients. You want to help people, and so you can put a price tag on that as well. But then you need to establish a method that you're going to use to help those people. Are you going to help them via video? Are you going to help them one-on-one? Are you going to help them in the combination of these methods? Because if you are helping people, depending on what methods you use, you will now determine how much you want to charge for this service of being a coach or this coaching service. So if you're using live stream for your coaching, you can't really charge much for that, because it's not many people are going to be online at the same time, and they might feel like, except maybe you are, the people who are subscribed to your live stream know when you're supposed to go online, so that they are online at the time because they have paid for that service. There are certain live streaming platforms where you can actually have streams, or you can stream live to a certain group of people and not be open to the public. Like even here on Periscope, you can stream live to a group of people, even if I don't want the public to see my videos. So if I wanted to charge for private sessions, then I could charge money for private sessions, and then just put you in a group where I know that I'm talking to you only. I'm talking to only you, or only a few of you, and then you pay me X amount of money every month or every day that you want me to come online to talk to you. So you can monetize any way you like. As an online coach, you can have a membership site, which is another way of doing online coaching. You can have a membership site where you have people come in and get registered, and so you have members, people who are always there, who know that this is where they can come and find you. So that membership site could be a paid platform. It could be a paid membership site where you can charge a one-time fee, or you can charge a monthly subscription fee. So if you're offering content every month for a service, so if you're doing fitness coaching online, for instance, and you're coming up with content every month, you don't want to just have a one-time payment option. You want to have a subscription payment option where people can pay monthly, so that if I come to your membership site and I say I want to learn fitness for a month, I want to learn how to keep fit for a month, or have a fitness trainer for a month, and then you're training me online for a month, or I'm on your membership site and getting videos for that first month, then I kind of forgot where I was going with that. Anyway, bottom line is that you can monetize. You can have subscription payments. Is something that like I was saying. Yes, I just remember what I was saying. So let's say now, and then I come, and then this month I paid you for the first month, I paid you for the second month, and I'm doing very well. And then the third month I don't feel like I need your service. That maybe I'm not going to be in town, or maybe I feel like I'm good enough with what I've gotten. Then I don't necessarily need to pay you for the third month, because I've already gotten what I wanted for the first and second month. Then maybe down the line, maybe after another 5 months, I feel like, wow, I've gone down, I've put on a bit of weight and I want to go back to my fitness coach. I can go back and then pay again for that subscription, and then start running my subscription again. So that's definitely something you want to look into, subscription payments for your online coaching, because online coaching is something that you do regularly, so you have to be up to date on what's going on what's hot now in your niche, or what's the new techniques that are being used, what are the new advice that people are giving to to their clients in this niche or whatever. So so if you're offering subscription payments, you have to give good new information, brand new information every month. You have to make sure that there's new information coming every month, so that people who are paying for a subscription payment are getting value for what they're getting, for what they're paying for. Whatever you do, you just make sure that you're offering value. You must offer value, or else people are going to definitely leave you, and they're not going to come back to pay for your service. All right, so online coaching can be done in different ways, and benefits of being an online coach is, you can work from home. That's a benefit. You can make money teaching people and helping people, doing something you love already. Because if it's something you love doing, if helping people is something you love doing, through maybe as a counselor or something, then it's something you love doing already. If you're somebody who likes to talk, and and then public speaking, for instance, you can be an online coach as a public speaking online coach. So like I said, you could be a coach in different niches. So public speaking, for instance, you want to teach people how to be good public speakers and stuff like that. So you can have a subscription payment for that. You can package your coaching and sell, and all that. So definitely, thanks. I'm glad you like that information. I hope that information was helpful, Cynthia. You said you wanted the benefits of being an online coach, and I hope that has helped you to understand basically what I mean by being, what you can do, and how you can benefit from being an online coach, and how profitable it can be. Because like I said, it's basically about being, thanks darling, thanks a lot, it's basically about helping people. That's just the bottom line. I mean, I guess coaching is that's what coaching is about. Coaching is about helping people, finding a need. First of all, what you need to start being a coach is you need to decide what you want to coach about. You need to decide, what do I want to tell people? What do I want to teach people? What skills? Then you also need to say, what skills do I have that I feel that I can share and make money from sharing. You want to decide, you want to determine, first of all, is online coaching for me? Secondly, do I have any skills that I can share? That I can share. And obviously, if you feel like you have something that you can share, it means you feel like it is worth sharing. And then, where can I find, or who will I be sharing these skills to? That kind of stuff. So, definitely you want to. What was your question again? It's been so long. The stream has been so long, so I really should be cutting it short. So definitely, if you want to be a coach, you want to decide what it is you want to coach about before you can think of anything else. And I've already mentioned so many things that you can coach about: relationship, to weight loss, to fitness, to healthy living, to changing, to stop smoking. Most people want to stop smoking, and that would be a coach. That would be a lifestyle coach. That kind of person would be a lifestyle coach. Somebody who's going to be teaching people how to improve their lives. Self-improvement coaches. A lot of people are in the self-improvement niche. So you have a lot of people out there. Generally people need help. That's just the bottom line, really. Just look for something, find the need. Find the need, feel the need. That's just the bottom line. Even in our community here, you can find so many people who need help. So many people are in bad marriages, need help. So many people are in bad relationships, need help. So many people don't know how to stop eating, they need help. Some people want to lose weight, they need help. So many people are trying to get over a divorce, they need help. So many people are trying to make their marriages work, they need help. So just something to teach somebody. So many people are having a hard time raising their kids, they need help. So many people are finding it hard to raise teenage kids, they need help. So some people have it hard raising toddlers, like like I am having right now. They need help. They need help with coaching. Not everybody's going to have somebody that can come and sit down in their house with them and be a nanny or whatever, or be a tutor. So just remember that you can teach and you can coach, you can help people. Also, other simple ways to help or to coach online will be to coach on skills. So things like school stuff. For instance, say you're a tutor, all right? You teach English, and usually go to people's houses to tutor, and you find out that you're only able to teach like 2 people at a time or 3 students at a time. But then if you have an online business or an online coaching business or an online tutoring business, then, or business, I would say, then you can actually teach more students at a time. So say for instance, if you used to go to 2 people's houses to teach their kids and they had 4 kids combined, then you now decided that you wanted to take your tutoring business to the next level by being an online tutor. Same thing, online coach, right? So you create a website, you create a membership website where you can offer training like I am doing right now. And then you have those students tell other people about the fact that, hey, you're teaching them online now. So you have the potential of getting more students at a time. So instead of going to one person's house or going from house to house tutoring, then you can have all your students meet you online and learn the particular topic that they're supposed to be learning for the day. Or you can have a recorded training on this particular topic, and then you share with your students. Or they can have an online platform where they go and watch your training. So if it is algebra that you're teaching, that all these things are like, there's like a school curriculum and stuff like that. So if your chapter 1 is talking about, I really have no clue about algebra, so whatever it's talking about, let's say the 101 algebra, then you can have training on that topic and recorded training, and then you could sell it. Or you can have people it can be an online based training where they have to register, they have to sign into a particular site every time they want to watch that training. So, look, it's I can go on and on and on and on about this forever, but then I don't have that much time. In fact, I'm out of time. So, some sites you want to check out will be Udemy, Udemy, and Teachable, Teachable. And Teachable. Those 2 platforms offer membership platforms and coaching free I don't think it's free, but coaching platforms for you to be able to register and then coach people. So definitely don't think about it like a big deal. In everything out there, it may seem like a big deal because it's a novel idea, something that you're not used to, but practice, babes, guys out there. Practice makes perfect. Just put your mind to it, set your mind to it, think of it. What do you want to do? The most important thing is starting, start building something. A year from now, you will be glad you started. You will not believe that it's the same person you were 1 year ago that you are today. Believe me, if you start an online business today, a year from now, you will be happy you took this step and started working online. Remember, working online is not for everybody, but there's a place for everybody on the internet, just like everybody can have a Facebook account. And so every business, as far as I'm concerned, or every other business, needs to find a way online. So if working online is not for you, then you could try to find businesses that need to take themselves online. I guess that would also sort of like be working online. If working online is not for you, you can work. Okay, we could do that. Any particular topic about online marketing, Cynthia? Any particular topic? So guys, thanks for watching. I'm very happy that I was able to do this training today. Originally, it was supposed to be yesterday, so I apologize for not doing that. But then we're going to be moving. What kind of business do you have? What kind of business do you have? Then we're going to be doing, it could be Wednesday or Thursday, whenever I can. I'm going to definitely come up and give you as much training as possible. And who knows, you're planning a hair extension business. Okay. So if you're hair extension business here, what is it? How are you planning to sell your products? You planning to open a website for your business? If you're planning to open a website for your business, or even if you're planning to use a social media profile, marketing is definitely something we will definitely talk about. And have you signed up on my website, Cynthia? it's shop, social media, and all. Okay. Yes. So yes, we can't talk about marketing today, but then since you want to do on hair, okay, my website is anitasolomononline.com. Imo is over there. Imo knows my website. Imo, are you there? Please, can you write my website for her to see? Anitasolomononline.com. It's you know, I hope you got that. So I'm just gonna type it in here. I hope I know how. Okay, guys, I don't know, but yeah, thank you. Sorry, I kind of just had a technical block just now. Okay, so that's my website, Cynthia. Just register and make sure you register for free. We have paid options, but obviously it's good to register for free first and then get a feel for the site. We're still getting things in order, so that's why we're not doing any major promotion for the site right now. So we're still trying to get things in order, but then early birds get lucky. So register on the site and then share with your friends. Don't forget to share this training with your friends and family. Anybody you feel like you want to help, anybody you feel like has a skill that they can sell online, definitely push yourself and do it. Don't feel like it's impossible. Don't feel scared. Yes, of course it's okay to feel scared, but don't let the fear cripple you into inaction. So just make sure that you're taking action and that you're putting yourself out there, getting out of your comfort zone and doing what it is you set your mind to. The most important thing is actually doing it. Learning is one thing, doing it is another. So since you're learning, make sure you start putting some time into doing the work. Okay. I'm gonna have to sign out now, and happy to have you here, happy that you joined my stream, and just make sure that you take action and that you contact me on the website, and just basically be fabulous. Go out there and change your life. Go out there and take control of your financial situation. Just make sure that you do something positive, that you think about helping people, that you're not necessarily thinking about how to make money, but you're thinking about how to, help people. Cynthia, let me just throw a tip for you. So you're thinking about opening a hair extensions business, and obviously I'm thinking you're thinking opening your website, an e-commerce store, sort of like related around your niche. And if that's the case, then you might think about opening a blog along with it, or doing some content marketing, since you mentioned about marketing. So think about doing a blog around it so that you can promote the site, because when you have a blog, it's easy to kind of boost a particular website or an e-commerce store with a blog, so that you can be able to put useful content out there for people. So useful content in that niche would be something like how to take care of your weave, where to buy great Brazilian hair, or how to take care of your Brazilian hair, or how to wear your wig right, or how to create your own wig from your old hair extensions. Stuffs like article content like that will definitely get people coming to your site or to your social media platform. So make sure you think about that kind of marketing. Content marketing is a great way now. Content marketing, social media marketing are the great ways now to put to get traffic to your site. But then it has to be helpful content, useful information that people want to read. A lot of people are into hair now, so how to take care of your weave is something that a lot of people need to learn about. Even if there's so much content out there, they still need more content. So never feel like as if the market is too saturated for you. Just know that there's a market for you. There's something that you can sell. So make sure you go out there and start selling, start helping people. Most importantly, start helping people, and be fabulous. Enjoy your internet career, and make sure you start something and share. The beauty about internet marketing or making money online is that you can teach somebody else. You can obviously pay it forward. So make sure that whatever you're learning, you're teaching someone else. Just make sure that you're doing that, because it's important, especially here in Nigeria, to let people know that they can make money online. And so they're not sitting down at home waiting for the 9-to-5 job, waiting for that application to go through, that they are actually being proactive and taking action and doing stuff for themselves. I've met so many people online in my years online, and so many young people as well, people in school who are doing so much with their time. So many people I know who have dropped out of school because they started making money on the internet. So just to let you know that the opportunity is there. You just need to find something that works for you. Find a place and just fit in. You can't do everything. You can't be a jack of all trades online, or else you're going to be a proper master of none. Just make sure you find a niche and then focus on building credibility. That's offer valuable content, help people, and then you can now think about selling later on. So I love you guys, and I wish you success, and I hope that things change soon and that you can start making money online. So see you around. Take care. Goodbye.